friends, I'm really excited today to do something very different on my blog. Cat Michaels, who is also in the SCBWI Carolinas region and also blogs in the region, asked me if I would host some blog posts that are about her co-authoring journey with Rosie Russell. And there's Rosie. And I was like, yeah, that sounds great. And also we're doing this on a video, so that's brand new for me. So we'll just see how it goes. So their book, which is Just Between Sam and Me, is coming out on December 2nd. They've been working hard for the last 17 months. And I know that there's somebody out there who also is thinking about co-authoring and can learn from their experience. But before we jump into some questions, I'm going to tell you a little bit about them. Rosie is currently the author and illustrator of 9 books for young readers. Before she was an author, she was a former elementary and middle school teacher, and she loves to write and illustrate full-time in Kansas City, Missouri, her hometown. As an avid reader and a baseball fan and crafter, her greatest joy comes from spending time with her family and friends, and also sharing her books with students and encouraging them to write and illustrate their own stories, which is a love of mine too. And Cat Michaels is an award-winning author in North Carolina, but actually she went to school in Kansas City, Missouri, which I think is really interesting. And she has written stories ever since she was in the 4th grade, and she hasn't stopped since. She has an MS degree in special education from the University of Kansas. And she has had several teaching positions near Kansas City, Missouri. Currently, they live in North Carolina, where she creates fairy gardens for her neighborhood children, which is something I have always wanted to do
good.
with my kids and never did. And she enjoys photography, works out most days, and of course, she writes. Well, let's start with Cat. Could you tell me how the two of you know each other?
Sure, Carol. It kind of started organically, and I think that's the key to our partnership, is knowing each other as friends and writers. We both started our journey writing children's books about the same time, Rosie, about 2013, I think it was. Mm-hmm. So we bumped into each other in cyberspace as we kind of gravitated towards different children's literature social media groups. And I remember being especially impressed with the comments that Rosie left on a children's literature Facebook group. So from there, we started following each other on social media. I think we even guested on each other's blogs once or twice. And when we exchanged bios, we realized that we were both supporting special needs kids in Kansas City, Missouri area, but not at the same time. So that was a cool connection. We even had a chance to meet in person once, when I think it was 3 years ago, wasn't it, Rosie? When your family had flown 1,500 miles from Kansas City down to Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina. And I'm about 2 hours from there, outside of Raleigh and Apex. So I motored down the highway, and we met in a little. Rosie even broke up her beach vacation with her family to meet me in this little cafe for lunch. I think it's Burgaw, North Carolina, and it was just so cool to talk in person, real time, give her hugs. And we just chattered the whole time away. So that's pretty much brought us to where we are today. And we just kind of continued. So we've known each other, 7 years, I guess, Rosie?
Long time, longer than I thought.
Yeah, long time. So Carol, that's the story.
Okay. So now I know how the two of you met, but Rosie, can you tell me how you decided to collaborate and write a book together?
Sure, Carol. It was lots of fun. Kat put a post up on her fan page on Facebook, and she put an image up there, and she said, let's write a story. A lot of authors do that, but at this time, there were several people writing in, and I kept writing and writing and writing, and so at the end, Kat just said, I think you have something here, Rosie, go for it. So I did. I took it, and I kind of worked over it for a couple of years, and then I thought, you know what, this is Kat's start. I'll just approach her and see what she thinks of it, if she'd like to even possibly co-write it with me. And she said yes. So we'll be talking a lot more about that. So that's how it started, Carol.
Great. Thank you. Well, I've thought about collaborating, but I've never done it, but maybe this will inspire me. So I really appreciate the both of you being on my blog today. And I hope that those of you who are seeing this on YouTube, that you'll go to my blog, because on there, Cat and Rosie have left more tips for how you might consider collaborating together. And there's also, if you leave me your email address in the comments, there is a great giveaway. You can, Rosie and Cat will send you the first chapter of Just Between Sam and Me. And that is the first of several giveaways, because we're going to be back in September with another giveaway. So come back to then, and thank you both for being on my blog today.
Thanks, Carol. Happy tales.
Hi, happy reading.